Azula who took down the Avatar, not me.
Why would she lie to me about that?
Because the Avatar's not dead. He survived.
What?
In fact, he's probably leading this invasion. He could be on his way here right now.
Get out! Get out of my sight right now if you know what's good for you.
That's another thing. I'm not taking orders from you anymore.
You will obey me.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is a show that aired its first episode on February 24th, 2005. When the show first came out, it received a lot of critical acclaim. People thought it's brilliantly written and entertaining for both adults as well as children. The first episode highlights all the character dynamics that you get used to and fall in love with. Aang is this all-powerful being who can still be goofy and incompetent at times, but because he has the potential to master all the elements, which I will talk about later, he becomes a stronger character. Sokka is mostly the comic relief who has his own insecurities and tries to overcome them later in the show. Katara is a soft-spoken quote-unquote mom of the series, making sure Sokka and Aang continue to train and focus. We also learn that Zuko was a spoiled brat, and because he got disowned by his family, the whole show he's on a quest to find the Avatar and get respect back from his family.
You're wrong. Once I deliver the Avatar to my father, he will welcome me home with honor and restore my rightful place on the throne.
If your father really wanted you home, he would have let you return by now.
Other characters are brought up later in the show, like Toph, the quick-talking, sassy earthbender, and Prince Iroh, who acts as a straight man and a father figure to Zuko, and helps him get back on the right path towards the end of the show. The show's world building is probably the strongest aspect of the entire show. The world building is just immaculate, with everything being split up into groups. There's the Fire Nation, the Earth Kingdom, the Water Tribes, and I guess the Air Nation. But their nation does get overtaken, and Aang is the last person from their nation. The Fire Nation are kind of the bad guys, but when Aang and his friends pretend to be Fire Nation, we learn that they're actually nice people in the Fire Nation. They just have a master perspective on the world. The Earth Kingdom's filled with chill, hardworking people who are kind of incompetent at times. The Water Tribe people are just simple.
Aang, this is the entire village. Entire village, Aang.
And the Air Nation is also super chill. One of my favorite parts about the show is most definitely the character development, with my favorite character moments being Sokka feeling like he's not strong enough, because he's surrounded by Katara, who's a master at waterbending, Aang, whose literal job is to stop Fire Lord Ozai, one of the strongest characters on the show, and Toph, who is also really good at airbending. Him going to see that master while he was pretending to be Fire Nation and becoming stronger because of that was super cool. I also love how throughout the show, he becomes more and more confident and more serious. I love Toph, Prince Iroh, and every single master Aang has met. Azula is probably one of the most deeply flawed characters on the entire show. At first, she was just a super strong, manipulative, sarcastic jerk. But as we go on in the series, we find out that Zuko's mom always preferred Zuko when she was growing up. So she never really had anyone to look up to except for her father, Fire Lord Ozai. So even as a kid, she was manipulative and toxic towards Zuko. And she always had to be perfect in order for her dad to pretend to love her. And in the scene where she gets defeated and she starts laughing and breaking down into tears like her mind is being taken over, that was a super powerful scene. And we don't really get to see any more of her in the rest of the show, and her toxic mentality doesn't get much better when she becomes the official queen. And her ego got the size of the moon, so her mental health became even more unstable than it was before. Now, I think the show is basically perfect, but if I had to say my problem with the show, it would probably be some of the chill episodes. Some of these episodes are kind of stinkers. I never really liked Jet. I always thought he was kind of super pointless. And the half-baked romance between Katara and Aang felt really last moment. But there's probably 3 episodes I think are bad out of like a 61 episode show. I think that's pretty good. The animation is stunning because it has a kind of anime influence. It really gets you into the action of the show. And I heard they're gonna make a movie, and I'm really curious. Are they gonna continue the original story? Are they gonna continue the world of Korra, the spin-off show? Or are they gonna make another trash movie like this? Who knows? But I will be there to watch it. In short, Avatar is one of the best shows of all time. Not just on Nickelodeon, not just on primetime television, but in general. Well, that was a kind of long video. Expect a collaboration coming in about 3 weeks. Shout out to this YouTube channel and Netflix for giving me clips for the video. And, goodbye.